everyone, it's Sarah from Sassy Reads, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Shining by Stephen King. So, The Shining follows a family who go into the mountains of Colorado and reside at the Overlook Hotel. So, we follow Jack Torrance, who is an alcoholic, who's currently trying not to be an alcoholic. His own father was an abusive alcoholic. He shows abusive alcoholic tendencies with an incident that happened with his son Danny having his arm broken. And it has left a lot of tension between him and his wife Wendy. Wendy is fearful of where her relationship with Jack is going, and she is sometimes contemplating divorce. And their young son, Danny, fears that word because every time he hears them think about it, he gets scared. And Danny also has a imaginary friend, who may not be so imaginary, named Tony. And Tony shows him things. And one of the things that Tony has recently showed him is of his daddy trying to kill him. And then we also have Dick Hallorann, who is a cook within the Overlook Hotel, and he also has the shine. And so this is really spectacular. It's a very gothic novel. You're trapped, you're isolated. The family environment is already volatile. So we go into this novel before we're even in the hotel, knowing that this family is already close to becoming irreparable. Jack, he's teetering towards the bottle bit by bit. He can't go without it. His son loves him so much, but he's also afraid of his father, especially because of what Tony has showed him, and he wants to forget about it. And then Wendy, she's just this really strong woman who is trying to stay into this marriage because she does love her husband, but she loves her son more, and she's trying to avoid having to go home to her mother if that is the case, because her mother will turn Danny into something that she doesn't want her son to be turned into. So there's a lot going on in this novel with tons of themes. We have themes of substance abuse, alcoholism, obsession, regret, not becoming our parents, because we see Wendy doing everything in her power not to become her parents, and then we see Jack doing almost everything in his power to almost become his father. And we follow the mysticism of, is Danny crazy? Is Danny just imaginative? Or is Danny really seeing things? And then there's the Overlook itself. This demonic entity that can drive one insane with obsession and revenge, and it can plant things that you've thought that you've forgotten into your head and gets you to fixate on them to the point of you just only seeing that, and you can get lost in this big place. This book goes in places that get a little scary, at least for me, just because I am easily scared. The world's a scary place. I don't have a heart of steel like some people, and if it's written really well, I believe that makes it all the more atmospheric and authentic, and I believe that The Shining has all the atmosphere and authentication of being a genuine horror novel. The Overlook is a scary place, and it can do scary things. Like, for instance, I don't want to be walking around outside and then all of a sudden come face to face with a hedge animal lion who looks like it's ready to eat me. No thanks. I'm not trying to walk around and get eaten by whatever the Overlook can do, because obviously the Overlook loves to eat whatever may enter its doorways. And some people are just more susceptible to it, like Danny and Dick, who know that this place is more than just a regular old hotel. And then it doesn't help that, of course, there's the infamous cabin fever. You're trapped in a place where you have nothing to do, nowhere to go. You're trapped, utterly and totally trapped, and the only time they really get out is for a doctor's appointment or to go to the library, and even then it's very rare and it hardly ever happens. So they're isolated, they are in complete solitude with one another, and if you have demons going into a place like this, the demons are going to come out, especially if there's already demons outside of the ones that you have looking to make them bigger and can use them against you. And that's what The Shining portrays. I mean, it's gritty, it's uncomfortable, it's dark, because, I mean, hello, we're following a man slowly going into the decline and wanting to kill his wife and son. That's where this novel really picks up, and that's like towards, I guess, like this last half is where that really gets big. Ooh, I love this. I actually have I love this written in the margin, so I'm gonna read it because, you know, why not? So, to Danny, it was only the sound of the hotel, the old monster, creaking steadily and ever more closely around them. Halls that now stretched back through time as well as distance. Hungry shadows, unquiet guests who did not rest easy. I love the writing. I love it so much. It's just so well written. I love that. And Danny, he was my favorite point of view. There's something about being in the mind of a child and adult novel that really fascinates me, particularly because Danny is a very intelligent boy, but he still retains all of his childlike innocence, and so a lot of times he'll like mispronounce words and he'll say them with such confidence, and you're just chuckling because it's so cute and it's true to character. But then you also have a child who can see things and know things, and he's not supposed to know these things, but he does. And I just love that balance. I think King does it so well. And this is one of those novels that I just am so happy I finally picked it up, because I really was blown away. Like, I've always wanted to read The Shining. I thought it would be an intense ride, but I didn't think it would be this intense, and I didn't think that I would be this hit by it. So this is definitely a Stephen King novel that I recommend. Do I think you should start here if this is your first King? Yes, I think this is a good place to start. I don't think it's the best place to start with Stephen King. I think there are better King books. But if your main genre that you're interested in is horror, this is where you should start, because this is a fun place. So yeah, I gave it 5 stars. I think it's brilliant. It's one of my favorite King novels, and I want to know your thoughts. What is your thoughts on The Shining? What is your favorite scenes in The Shining? Your favorite character relationships and dynamics? Anything and everything. Let's discuss down below in the comments. So don't forget to subscribe. Bye, and happy reading!